welcome back once again. Here we are with another edition of Inside the Headset. It is week 6. It is game 6, and I got with me the man that's number 25 in the nation, the head coach of the Oakland Patriots, head coach Kevin Creasy. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, Stuart.
Congratulations. We're proud of you. Everybody I know in the county and everything, some of your opponents may not call you up and everything, but it represents the whole area and everything. You guys have worked hard, and right now you're number 25. You're 5-0, getting ready to play Game 6. And how are the guys handling it? I mean, compared to maybe being ranked a little bit last year, Coach.
Yeah, we finished pretty high last year, but we don't worry about all that stuff till the end of the year. Hopefully, we're finished pretty high at the end of the year. Last year at this time, we had a loss under our belt. And, sometimes a loss will do you more good than these high ratings. These rankings they're for fans to talk about.
Tom Krager.
Moms to cut out, put in a little scrapbook or something. But to be mentioned with some of those other schools,
yes.
I mean, it really is an honor. And we're glad that, we're being recognized. But at the same time, you got to be able to handle some success. And we just want to be first in our region right now. We got a tough little region. And we got a lot of games left. We've played 5, but the next 5 are even more important.
Let's talk about that first 5. You played your 3 non-district, you played a couple of districts, you played Siegel, and goodness me, I'm losing my noodle. Germantown, and you played, but you've yet to play all the rest of your schedule. You played Cookville, sorry, that's what it was in the region. I'm sorry, I lost my mind with Coach Maynard. But you played your 3 non-conference, you played Cookville, played Siegel. Now we move to the back half of the conference. You'll roll through Rockville. That'll be Friday night. Then you got Blackman. Then we go on break. Then you come back. Then you got 3 left. And you'll do the Battle of the Borough and then close it out with Coffee County, then Warren County. With that being said, you know what you got to do and everything. Right now, time is expensive. You knew what you kind of had going into this. So what have you been working on? I mean, what do you spend your time on right now, knowing that the opponent Friday night is not up to the par of a 6A level team at the present time? So I'm sure the fans are interested. What does Oakland Patriots, what does the number 25 team do at this point? And how do you keep them motivated, knowing what they got in front of them and not them being transparent to them?
Yeah, we got plenty to work on. We find mistakes all the time on film. And it's not just Friday night film. We film some practice. And sometimes in practice you can't see everything, but we go back and we watch a little bit of film in practice, and there's always things we can correct. So we're worried about Oakland right now. Oakland gives us the biggest problems. We're a team that can play well part of the time, and then we've got issues just like anybody else. Right now, part of our issues is the injuries, of course. It's part of the game. But we got some young guys that are stepping up, and we need more guys stepping up just to build our depth. And right now, we've kind of been hit by the injury bug a little bit, but kind of like last year, it's a blessing in disguise. We're discovering some young talent that we might not have ever seen on a Monday night JV game. So it's one of those deals where it's part of the game, and right now we're just working on building depth and trying to correct some of the mistakes that we're making. And some of those mistakes are minute and they're small, and maybe you can overlook them against an opponent that's not as good, but whenever you start playing the Blackmans and the Riverdales, they'll take advantage of it. And we got to make sure we get it fixed if we plan on doing what we want to do, and that's win our region.
When you get a kid into the game and you realize they've got a little bit of potential, but they're not really giving you that full, you think there's a little more in the gas tank, let us look under the hood a little bit, Coach Creasy. What is some of the things that you do or you try to talk to about that kid, about trying to get him, come on, you can give me a little more. Can you share a little bit with us?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some of that. We got some sophomores that are getting some playing time, and you just get disappointed sometimes when, they get right in there with the varsity instead of kind of earning their way up, and you just want them to compete at the same level as the seniors. The seniors have been with you for 4 years, and they know the expectations. And, you try to get those young guys off to the side, and, just let them know, what the expectations are. And if that doesn't work, then you let everybody know. And then the seniors take care of raising their level of play. And a lot of times, hearing it from a senior or somebody that's their age is better than hearing it from an old guy like myself. But at the same time, as long as we're both singing off the same sheet of music, I think the younger guys that you expect a little bit more out of, they're going to understand what's expected.
Let's segue right to Friday night. Your opponent is the Rockville Rockets. I mentioned earlier, and I did the game last Friday night. You got a copy of the Riverdale-Rockville game. Coach Rice, really a great guy, really a great coach and a nice addition to our community and everything. First thing jumps out on film to me is his team don't get a lot of penalties called on them. They play a pretty clean game.
Yeah, I mean,
to be playing freshmen and sophomores and trying to control yourself on the field from the juniors and seniors.
Talk about a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
You know, I think hiring Coach Rice was a home run hire. You know, I think there's probably a bunch of people who applied for it, but I can't think of anybody better than Coach Rice to have gotten that job. And you know, he's been in this for a long time, and obviously he's got his guys playing to the highest of their levels. There's just you know, there's certain things that limit you when you're playing sophomores. And you know, I coached middle school basketball one time, and I was not a fan of it, but I coached 7th graders, and we had to play the county schools that had all 8th graders. And talk about a year's difference.
Oh, yeah.
We took a lot of slappings. I mean, the maturation between a 7th grade boy and an 8th grade boy, I found out real quick, was enormous. And so we lost a lot of games. But, you know, he's having to deal with 2 years difference. And it's even more of a difference in football because how important the weight room is. And of course,
he talked about that, and not having spring practice and not being able to get them together in jail. So that makes it, you know, and not to interrupt.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know, spring is huge, and of course, in the summer they're running all over the place trying to find a place to practice. You know, they're still working on their field and facilities and stuff. So, you know, they may do. And the thing about it, like I said, somebody like Coach Rice, I mean, he was the perfect guy to take over a job to build up their program. And like I said, in years to come, they'll be glad they hired him.
Your fan base, man, they're really helping you out right now. A lot of momentum picking up as you are 5-0 and the 2018 state champion and everything. Give a big shout out to the faculty, administration, staff, and some new tail ends in the seats. And you're glad to see them, aren't you, Coach?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, and it goes all the way from the high school all the way down to the youth league. You know, the youth league is having bigger crowds than ever. Our middle school had homecoming last night. Unbelievable crowd for a middle school game. Unbelievable. I mean, there was hardly a seat left on the home side for homecoming. And of course, the middle school's undefeated. Our freshmen had a huge game against Cookeville, and there was a lot of butts and seats over here at home against Cookeville, freshman game. We took the show on the road with our JV, went over to Stewart's Creek.
You saw that on Burt Brown.
Yeah, had a good game with Burt Brown and Stewart's Creek over there. It was a good slobber-knocking physical fair, and we loved it. And, you know, they're not even in our region. We try to get people in our region to play us in JV, and we get people all the time just canceling on us. So, really, we were happy that Stewart's Creek stepped up and didn't have to, and they agreed that we could come over there. And shoot, we had a big fan base over there. So we're real proud of our fans, you know, and hopefully we put a good product on the field.
Well, you know, Rutherford County, you know, I mean, I met Bert the other night after the game and spoke with him. I ran into him for a minute after our game at Riverdale and Rockville, and we spoke. The first time I'd met the guy, but fine fella, and it's just great to have him down there. Like you said, it's just makes the county just a little bit more stronger, just everybody getting along. I mean, my goodness, I mean, just makes it easier, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, you know, those sophomores and juniors, I mean, some of those guys don't get in much on Friday, you know, especially if you got like a running clock or something, they don't get in much. And so for them to be able to just get real action on the field against another opponent besides the same old they see in practice, I think they deserve, you know, a carrot. You know, throw that carrot out there for them a little bit and let them enjoy it. And like I said, it was good competition, and we got a couple more. We got one against Riverdale, one against Blackman left. So we got a couple more JV games and a few more freshman games. So it's good for them to get some action.
Well, let's close out with a really good topic. How's our boy Kyler doing? Your son? How's Kyler?
Kyler, yeah, they did real well last night. Like I said, real good game. Threw a touchdown pass, real good play call, real good execution, throw back to the tight end, and then before that he got hammered. I'm telling you, he took a lick like I hadn't seen in a while. He laid there for a second. I was a little worried for a second, but he jumped right back up. And like I said, he got right back in the game. I was a little surprised. I probably would have laid there and waited for my grandma to come get me or something. But he probably was worried that his grandma was on his way. So he hopped right up and hit the sideline and was back in 2 plays.
How are you handling now, coaching him? What's some of that conversation look like? You talking to him after a game, or you see something? Is it little by little? Do you just give him one, or give him 2 things he can work on, or do you just say, you own that one, or you could have corrected that, or what do you kind of, come on, coach, give us a little something there?
Yeah, I'm not like a lot of quarterback dads, not yet anyway. Maybe I'll take over before it's over with, but I try to be dad, and I don't want that awkward ride home where the kid hates riding home with his dad because I'm correcting everything he does. I gave him a few attaboys, and most of it was not necessarily the touchdown pass, but it was hopping back up after getting the crap knocked out of you. So, I leave the coaching to the middle school coaches. They got good coaches, and they'll do a good job.
Anything you want to say before Friday night?
Yeah, we look forward to seeing everybody out at Rockville. And like I said, I think there's a nice event coming up at 6:30.
Yep.
And so our fans are welcome to join in, Rockville's fans, and we'll see everybody out before 7 o'clock. We'll see everybody at 6:30.
Have you been out there yet to see the field yet, Coach?
I've seen them when they were working on it.
Okay, but you haven't been out there since everything's been put in place.
No.
It's nice venue. You're going to have a good time.
I guarantee it.
Friday night, right out at Rockville, one of the fastest growing communities here in Rutherford County. 7 o'clock, Oakland Patriots and Rockville Rockets. Y'all be there.